Good morning. We are currently doing another visual podcast of In Our Neighborhood. We are at Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central Montana. We're currently with Jesse, who is, your title please?
Executive Director.
Executive Director, and Janet Duffy, my partner at COMPARION Insurance. I'll let Janet take it away.
Thanks, Todd. So thanks for having us this morning, Jesse. We're actually in your office. You're located in the Columbus Center, Suite 519, so they're on the 5th floor, and the office space is really awesome up here.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us. We're talking about recruitment today. Is that, although hopefully our viewers have got to also see Marie's testimony about being big.
Absolutely.
So, because she kind of did a great job with that recruitment.
She really sold it well.
Yeah. So tell us about what it is that you do, first of all. Let's start there. So what does Big Brothers and Big Sisters, what is your goal with the program?
Sure. So we're really all about making connections in our community. And, I know for me, I had a lot of people that looked out for me when I was growing up and were like a mentor to me. And I think that's something that we all are lucky to have. And what we do is we match children with a positive adult mentor.
Great.
And it just makes such a difference for these kiddos. You might not think that you need research, to back this up,
Sure.
but the research is out there, and we know that when kids are matched for at least a year in our program, they are more likely to set higher goals than they would have before. They get along better with their family and with their peers. They're more likely to go on to college and to really experience more success in their life, however that looks. And the Harvard Center for Developing Youth has done some studies, and they have found that the common factor for children who are able to build resilience when they go through difficult times is having at least one positive adult in their life, and that's really what our bigs do.
Yeah, and it's so important. I mean, being around children who come from difficult homes, perhaps, or it's huge because they need that one adult that they can connect to and trust in order to really kind of help them open up or start to begin to trust, because it's such a tough process.
So this is one thing I've always been interested in, is how do you guys find the children to get them into the program? I mean, it doesn't seem like the children that sometimes need a big are the ones that are going to be able to reach out and get involved in the program themselves. So who initially kind of gets the children involved? I know we're looking for recruitment for the people to mentor them.
Yeah, for the
but how do the children get involved themselves?
Yeah, so in my experience, it's happened at least once where a child actually called in and said,
Oh, wow.
I want to have a big brother.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Your heart, right?
But you could have had mine. I'd be glad to give away my big brother.
So usually though, it's a counselor at the school or a teacher at the school, or maybe the school secretary, or someone that says, I bet this would be a really good situation for this child, and the parent or guardian is always on board too, to get them signed up. But I tell you what, it just makes such a difference for these kids.
Wow, that is amazing.
So in particular, I was a single mom, right? And my son, when he was about 12, he really craved having an adult male in his life that he could pal around with. And so I made an inquiry, and at that point there was quite a waiting list. So that's what the hope is here today, that we can alleviate some of the waiting that those littles experience, because there's not a big to match with them.
Absolutely. So we have a waiting list right now of about 25 youth that are waiting for a big, and yeah, but you know what? It doesn't take a lot of time. It really doesn't. We have, like our big sister Marie talked about, the school-based program where you can go in for 1 hour a week during the school year and go in and have lunch and recess and hang out with your little and just have a good time. And I know some of our bigs have said that that's just such, that is like their little special hour each week where, they get away from work, they just go and do that. And then I think after, when they go back to work, they're refreshed and just ready to take on the rest of the day.
What a great perspective. I think that would bring spending time with your little and just connecting at a whole different level than you do during your business day.
Absolutely.
It's always recommended to take a lunch and disconnect, so use this as a tool for that.
Right?
Absolutely.
That'd be like an energizing.
That's right. I used to love beef fillet in school. I'm just saying that hot lunch wasn't bad, beef fillet wasn't.
That's right. So, are you looking, you need bigs,
We
right?
do.
So there's not a criteria, there is, this is very vetted, right? Because we want to keep the kids safe who are in the program.
Absolutely.
But you don't have to have a special skill set to be a big, right?
No,
you just
you
have
don't.
to care.
Yes, you just have to care, and you have to, want to make a difference in your community. But again, you don't have to have a ton of time.
Right.
And besides the 1 hour a week program where you go into the school, we also have a community-based program,
Right.
which is a good fit for some people. You go out and maybe take your big fishing.
Right.
The big and little go fishing together.
Or if you're a girl, you might choose something like a pedicure.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying I don't like to fish.
Absolutely. You go out and do activities in the community, go to a movie, go get a pedicure, whatever it might be. But it's just really about consistent time. And in the community-based program, we ask for, about 6 to 8 hours per month.
Right, and that's still, if you think about that,
That's one work day, and a lot of employers provide that type of time off in order for you to do that type of volunteering.
and if you're, like us, where we kind of set our own schedule, right, then there's some flexibility in that if you're able to work like that. But I just think it's a great opportunity to make a difference in a kid's life. Is there anything that you'd like to share that we maybe haven't hit on as far as, I do want to mention that there is one thing, there's no overnights. I think that's really important to understand because, again, keeping the kids safe, right?
Yep.
And Marie had made mention that, if they're lacking on ideas to do with their little, that you guys will provide some ideas for them. And I think that's something that kind of people keep reserved because they're like, oh my God, if I get partnered and then am I going to know what to do with them? So can you kind of explain some of that?
Yeah, sure.
The interest forms that you complete?
Yeah, so we, our staff is really here to support the bigs and the littles and the family and to just really step in and help if there's any help needed. We offer really great training. And of course we do a great job vetting our volunteers, and we do a great job meeting with our potential bigs and really figuring out who they are. And we interview the little and really get a sense of who they are. And we really try to make a match that lasts because we know that's what's really beneficial for the child. But our staff is always here checking in with you to see how it's going and see if you need any advice on anything. You don't have to be a superhero or anything to do this. It's just having an hour or two a week and being willing to step up, and we're here to make it easy for you.
The other thing I think that individuals get reserved on was maybe costs. Can you explain that it doesn't have to be an expensive activity? It's just the time spent with the little.
Absolutely. So it is really, like you said, all about the time.
Right.
And we really encourage our bigs and littles and the family that, hey, you don't you don't need to go out and do expensive things at all, really. It's just about spending the time together.
Right.
That being said, we do have some really good deals set up with places like, for instance, if you want to go skiing at Showdown.
Oh, how awesome is that?
Yeah, so it's buy one, get one free, basically.
Oh,
So
wow.
you pay for yourself, and then your little is free.
Oh.
So
That's
we have a lot of
amazing.
programs set up like that all over town. So it's it's amazing.
Right.
Thank goodness for those businesses that step up and make those.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
That's important.
Promotions, it's great. So you mentioned off camera that there's an event coming up that involves bowling.
Absolutely, yes.
So do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Oh, yeah, so Bowl for Kids' Sake, it's kind of a traditional Big Brothers, Big Sisters event. And it's coming up in Great Falls on October 14th. And we're excited about it. It's a lot of fun to bring this back. I think after
Right.
COVID, everyone, all these events were kind of put on hold,
Sure.
and I think people will be really excited to come out
Absolutely.
and bowl for kids' sake.
Right,
Yes.
right. If you're gonna bowl, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it for a good cause. And
And October, unfortunately, is right around
The corner.
it is, yeah, it's coming up fast, but start thinking about who's going to be on your bowling team.
Right.
Yeah,
And so
absolutely.
how does somebody get involved with Bowl for Kids' Sake?
Sure, so they can go, there'll be more information on our website, so
Okay,
go
and what's
to
your website?
www.bigcentral.org, and you can find more information there. And teams of 4 people.
Oh, cool.
Each team is asked to raise $500 for the program, and you can just go out and ask your friends and family to pitch in $20,
Right.
and it's a fun event. We'll have pizza provided and pop provided, and it's just so much fun for everyone to come together as a team and make a difference.
So will you have those things in the alleys or the gutter protectors?
The bumpers.
Yes, it's definitely an option. It's not about having bowling skills.
I'm gonna go strike every time with those bumpers on the lines.
All abilities welcome.
The Bowls for Kids' Sake was a very large event in Great
Right.
Falls, and I have attended it, and it has been a lot of fun. So look forward to your participation, your contact with these guys for that.
Absolutely.
So if somebody's interested in becoming a big, how do they do that?
Sure. So one great place to go is just go to our website. You can find out more information there.
Website one more time.
Yep. So it's www.bigcentral.org, or stop by, visit our office. We're always here.
Columbus Center, Suite 519.
That's right.
And you get to see pictures of all the matches. There's some really great photos on display here with littles and bigs.
And they have them named like the Wrestler Buddies.
It's we're doing a lot of great things. It's a good program to be part of, and we're making a difference. So,
Yes, you are. Thank you.
What is your phone number?
our phone number is
We're looking at Skylar actually.
406
442.
442 7479.
It's always in the phone, right?
Smartphones have kind of made the world not so better place sometimes.
Is there anything else that you can think of that you'd like to add this morning?
There are a lot of great causes and a lot of great ways to make a difference, and we are one of them. And if it's something that you've been thinking about and just you've been wanting to do something more to make a difference in the community, if whether it's us or maybe it's another cause you've been thinking about, just do it. Go for it. It's a really good time to make a difference, and don't put it off any longer. Get signed up, make a difference.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. There's a great call to action.
Yeah, and couldn't be better said. Thank you for joining this episode of In Our Neighborhood.